Moleli, and this is... Oh wait.
Hi
everyone, I'm Keabetswe Motsoagae, and this is the last episode.
Yes, you can do it.
I can't breathe. Hi everyone, I'm Moleli, and I'm Mokgopo, and this is the final episode of season 2 of Queer Talks.
Don't look at me like that. Don't act straight when you're gay.
Let's go.
Satsha, and you're watching the final episode of Queer Talks. I'm here with the lovely.
You know the vibes. I'm coming with the cuteness. And stop playing it. You know that I'm known for the bar. No, I'm joking. Usually when we start, right, we like to start with asking our guests to tell us how they identify. What are your pronouns?
She, they.
Everything she, he, them, but
They, she.
My pronouns are he, them. But it always wasn't like that, right? Before I knew that maybe I don't identify entirely with the he, him pronoun, I was straight. And so the conversation today starts there. From that inner child.
Exactly.
That's when we start.
How does your, not just your upbringing, your full experience of life as a child, how does it affect how you navigate life now as a queer adult?
And how you are able to put language to your being. Because you know how you feel. And you know how you feel. It doesn't mean you know the language to it. Right? And so I am in a space where I am struggling with this identity. But no matter, am I really, is the he really me?
Is the she really me?
Is the she really me? You know? And so it was a pansy. There's a question that Buhle once asked us in one of our episodes. When did you know you were queer? Let's start there.
I mean, if you're gonna put it as when did you know you were gay, or you know, it's like I feel like I knew when I was 6 years old, and that was cool and everything, but I didn't accept it until I was in high school. So I mean, accepting it was a very difficult journey for me personally. I don't know what you guys, but I feel like for most of us it is, and it was so difficult to. I mean, I was raised in a Christian Muslim household, so
damn, double homicide.
Speak on OPK. Listen. So it was a thing of my father, my mom, Muslim parents. Okay, that's great, and you know, born into a Muslim family. But then my grandparents baptized me as a Christian child. So already my identity was shaky from there. And then I'm 6 years old. I'm in creche, and there's this really pretty girl. See, So pretty girl playing hide and seek, and me, I want to kiss this girl, and I'm six, so I
do constantly remember it.
Yes, and then I start questioning my sexuality even further, right? Because now a lot of my primary school life I spent it dating boys too,
And that's another thing.
but then at the same time, I had a best friend who was gay as fuck, and I supported him through and through. But for me, it was just a thing of I don't want to look in the mirror and see that.
That's number one.
Exactly. So that was pretty much my childhood. It was a lot of conforming, a lot of, you know, pretending. Then when I got to high school, I mean, that's where I met Buhle. And from there, that's when I started being like, hey, I think you're the one of the girls singing.
You made them
Gay. You made me gay, nigga. Why? So I met Buhle, and they were the first person I came out to. Very scary, but very comforting at the same time.
That's why she's the co-host of it. Right? And in creating that safe space, you created that safe space for me.
Did I?
Counter to popular belief, we were not the best of friends.
Yes.
We knew each other on social media. And I oftentimes call you my mother on social media, and people don't know why. But it's because everybody prior to you, they may have been queer, but they were not a safe space. I didn't feel comfortable in speaking to them. I know.
That's a whole other conversation.
You know? And so before we jump into that conversation, when did you know you were different?
So, I feel like officially I knew in grade 5, so I was...
This was back in 1991.
What the? That was 2019, so I was 10. What? You were in grade 5?
In grade 2019.
You were 11?
No. Oh, you have the mama, papa, always going to be there.
Oh.
So I can kiss the girl.
Oh.
Well,
And that was the safest way you could do it without
Without
brutality.
Exactly. Oh, but officially, grade 5, I knew no, dude. You like girls.
How was it coming to accept that?
The first person I came out to was my friend. Then I had the same thing.
You had your
Yeah.
No, the friend I said I had
Was
Oh,
before yes. But then I struggled, so we kind of like helped each other come out. Or grade 5.
Yes.
So that was when I kind of like accepted it.
Which is so interesting, right? Because when we were going through the questions for this episode, right? The final episode, there are questions that we specifically did not tackle because of how they would be in a conversation like this.
Okay.
And one of those questions said, when you navigate the world and you know you're different, do you think, or in your recollection, did you hate or dislike being friends with the different? So you're saying you had a gay friend and he was a guy. You're saying you had a gay friend and he was a guy. That question is saying, do you think you would have been okay having a lesbian friend, or would that have highlighted the fact and you would have shied more away from it?
You know what's the crazy part? There was another girl in the same school. She was lesbian, right? And I just think because of her demeanor, she's just a generally mean person.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be friends with her because of the way she treated other people, right? And the way she treated my friend at the time, right? Because she'd be very mean to him for being gay, and I'd be like, but you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah, no, my thing is she was out, she was open about it. So I was like, how snap? 2 plus 2 is 4. What the fuck is
What
that?
the fuck?
5 apples. At some point, I did want to be friends with her, but then, no, she was just really mean.
Why are you shaking your head?
I'm not honestly for you trying to find someone that is just like, because you're both figuring it out. Because like she was still young at that point. So Liana, she was going through her own things, and I feel like she was mean because she built a wall and all of that. So yes, it would have made it like way better. But if she's a bitch, who got it?
Yeah, exactly. Like Tracy said, there is a
War.
that you put up not because
You want to.
but you've had to do it because there's so much that you've had to experience, so much that you had to protect yourself from. But you grow up, you meet other queer people,
And you learn better.
exactly. We're able to be human, and at some point, I mean, we all have past, we all have traumas, but do the work maybe to not be a horrible person.
Yes.
That was what I was going to say. You choose anything you do in life, you choose.
But the honesty of that conversation is we all navigate our trauma differently and that journey, right? And this brings me to the second part of that question. That said, now that you know you're queer, when you find somebody your age who you also assume has done the work and hasn't, how do you navigate those questions?
I don't assume unless I'm told. I refuse to do that because
I try and initiate the conversation because when I was again back then I was fine, but now I'm pansexual.
You know, yes.
I always ask people what do they like. Would they ever try to find out if they like other things?
But that's not my question.
What is it?
I could be gay and still be a bitch. In fact, you have friends, I have friends, you have friends who are queer and bitches.
you and who?
You're one of them.
No, but that's got nothing to do with their sexuality. It's just their character traits.
You know, for some people they're like, you know what, man, not because
I've never.
let me tell you something. We can add a toxic masculinity as we are walking to one more. Right? We are like single. It's nice. Maybe they were single.
No, I'm so Christian.
No, I'm definitely not freaking single.
Should I show you which your answers to this question? The first episode, second episode, third episode.
I'm so single, Gago.
Look into the camera.
I'm so single. Are you gonna zoom into that?
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, we're walking into a space, whatever, and we see 2 other masculine figures with their partners, right? Most likely feminine because there's heteronormativity. All of a sudden, there's stink eye. All of a sudden, it's weird and it's aggressive. Like why are you aggressive? Also, for example, in me and Buhle's case, we're very feminine in like our energy.
Yeah.
Bad bitch F, fuck, right?
That's who you is.
But other stars don't like that. It's like, why you acting like a girl? Hey, bro, what do you mean?
And we're speaking from experience. But I think the people that haven't done the work think it's a good project.
Ooh.
And that's why I say I just don't navigate those friendships. I peep that,
This is the energy you cut it off.
And it's so interesting, right? There was another question that said, do you find that post high school, so you wouldn't be able to answer this question, but maybe we would be able to answer that question, that navigating queerness is safer / easier?
Yeah, definitely.
And why?
There's a certain, I don't know, like more courage that comes with being outside of high school. Because when you're in high school, you're in there, you just think everything just revolves
They rule
around
the
it.
regulations.
You understand, so you box
They
yourself.
tell the regulations.
Yeah. So
They
when
lie
you
and they want.
understand. So when you come out of that space, you are much more gutsy.
Listen, baby.
Yeah, and also you get to meet more people that are like,
I mean, I get that, even though I am in high school. I don't have a lot of friends in my like. Some of them were
Where are your
really.
friends, Khadija?
No,
Where are you?
that's what
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying is that the
point.
reason why a lot of my friends are all majority of my close friends are varsity or outside of high school, because a lot of my friends in high school, it's either because hey, I see you every day, it's fine, you know. But a lot of them is like, I can't have the conversations I have with you guys that I have with them, because even the way I was raised about my mom is also queer, so the conversations so a lot of the conversations we have, and I know, I mean, it has a good and bad side to it. They've been a lot more mature than should be, I guess. So I don't relate to people my age.
Let me tell you one thing.
Keep it pushing.
you want to take it?
You can take it.
I can take
I think in terms of navigating queerness after high school, for me it's as I said, I come from an all-girl school. You understand? And although on paper, rules, regulations, it's not necessarily a safe space. You curate that safe space for yourself.
Especially with
Like I would say
our school, but but really, you created yourself.
I went to a co-ed school for 1 year. I did not survive. So I was like, I cannot. What the fuck?
You cannot be around me.
What is this? That was a ghetto scene of my life.
Now you guys have been there for 5 years.
Cha! I remember. And I think coming out of high school, I had that clarity. That
I'm outside of the space I've created.
exactly. And we were going into like honing that inner child. School was a safe space for me because go high. Exactly. But then it's been better than I thought in some parts. Before I went to varsity at TheeKagoSaul, I think that was harsher because I was in the real world. And I was dealing with everyone. And the hard truth about it is no matter how long you exist, you will always be new in a space. What I represent will always be new in some space. And there are spaces that I had to navigate that honestly, the unsafety of navigating queerness is different, because in high school, what are you going to do? Call me a slur. In real life, you could actually kill me.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's here and there for me.
When we speak about our rainbow flags now, you made a point, right, which I think is so important, especially specific to this conversation about age. And I don't know if we spoke about it in one of our previous episodes, but the navigation of queerness, and there was a tweet or a YouTube video. You know, we read, and that's the work of being queer. It's to educate yourself. And in that education, I came across a post on YouTube, something that said the work of visibly adult queer people is to heal that inner child, right? Because for so long, that inner child could not be who they were. And so yes, you as Khadija now are able to say this is who I am, but there's always that fear from this one inside. It's not you now as your 20-year-old, but you're not. I'm not mad. I make a point of age because it's important to make that point. Khadija said, most of my friends are not like me. They're not my age. And in our first season, when Buhle and I spoke about this, we spoke about how that inner child was forced to grow up so quickly.
Yeah, because you raise yourself.
You raise yourself.
And that's traumatic. I can say
And now
that.
you feel like you're mature, but you're also hurt.
And
Where did your childhood go? That is the question.
And that's crazy because I ask myself that question very frequently because I pay attention to my mental health because it's something very serious for me because something happened and I needed to, you know. And I'm always trying to do things that please my inner child. Like, okay, today I'm gonna go outside and swim, you know, or I play with I have a little sibling, so I play with my baby brother, and you know, I do childish things because I'm like, you know what, man, most of your life you had to spend it, you know, because I have a lot of younger siblings, so it was also that I had to play the parent role because my parents were always busy, or my dad was always busy, right? So it's a thing of I must take care of other kids. And me
When do you take care of yourself?
Yeah, me 12-year-old Khadija taking care of a 9-month-old baby. What's that about? What's that about? You know? So it's a thing of now, even though I am growing up, I'm transitioning into adulthood. It's also I also have to actively take care of baby me. You know, I have to take care of the younger me because I'm like, you had to do so many things that a lot of people your age now didn't have to do. It even makes it difficult in your friendships and your relationships to have a genuine connection because you know sometimes you feel like okay but you're so, like what's you know you're immature or this that and it's like no people your age usually actually think like that or feel like that about certain things. You just went too far, way too fast.
And we can may have something to say, but before she says it, there's this girl I listen to, and she put what you just said in the quick. She said, niggas ain't shit, come up in your flip, all up in your family, can't pay rent, look at what you did, listen to your husband, when God, my father was absent.
Niggas ain't shit.
Do you understand how it?
That's why I know we.
And it also relates because now when I navigate, it relates to me as well because when I navigate my inner child, I think about how I've said this before. I was told I was queer before I knew what queer was. But that wasn't a conversation that happened to me alone. I later came to learn that my parents were told I was queer before I even knew I was queer. And so my parents were waiting on me to come to them with that conversation. And when I finally did come to them with that conversation, I said to them, I would have rather you as my father said, I accept you. Because then I would have been comfortable in navigating that world as a queer body. And so that's how it relates. I'm not saying niggas ain't shit because my dad ain't shit. I'm just saying
Niggas ain't shit.
I would have loved for him to say, I accept you then. Because you accept me now when I've done the work, which is different.
You know, with that though, right? It's like, why do we want validation from the people who don't want to validate us?
True, but
we can't
erase
what appearance is.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I'm just saying, like, as a person, like, as a human being.
It's just
a lot
how
of the
it
times.
works.
Yeah, a lot of the times. When you're rejected, you want to go there, my guy.
No, I am.
No. It's like, no, I'm talking about in terms of traumatic situations. A lot of the time, you know, like, your mom is mean to you, they treat you like shit, whatever, cool. But then you still want that, well done, that I'm proud of
no,
you.
but that's not honest. Right, because we're humans. And we navigate together. The safety of the space is only safe if we can make it as a space. It's tough.
What I wanted to say was, like seeking validation from parents, right? The first time I came up was when I got into my first relationship with a girl, which was technically my first relationship because I was 13. And then I said it to, like, I came out to my mom. I came out to my sister first. She was like, it's just a phase, you'll grow out of it.
You see?
Alright? I came out to my mom and she was like, okay. She thought I was
lasting long as
She thought I was joking. And then this person had a birthday and I had to sleep over because it turned into like a slumber party. Alright? Fuck you guys! And I'm so, yes, at 13, so my mom was like, what? No, now she's realizing, give me this person, Nasa had. And then she was like, okay, well, girl, I guess. So I took my aunt and my cousin there and I introduced
to your partner.
Yes, and like her family.
Wait a minute, what? At 13! Wait a minute, that's. Wait a minute,
out again in grade 12. Alright? Because I feel like, okay, I came out, man, I got a because you're still asking, why haven't you seen a boyfriend? Why haven't you seen a boyfriend? They've seen a girlfriend, but I wasn't with boyfriend. So that it's like I'm going to so let me come out again.
Jump from girl
so
back
this
to
is me
boy.
seeking validation again. Because I came out and then Ali warned me, I'm coming out again. What's not clicking? Fast forward to now, I'm an adult, 2 years ago. I'm coming out again. The last time now, we got it.
You labor, hey?
What? It's like I wanted to get that validation.
And did you get it? The lack of a yes is a no. Because for me, validation is absolute.
Yeah.
When I get home with my wig and my heels, there should not be a single question of who's gonna say what and why.
No, what's the thing? I honestly think I only got validation this year.
And you're nearing your 30s.
I'm 22, yeah, I'm 22. But yes, I'm only getting validation now. And I'm still kind of like trying to understand that and just accept it.
Tell that little Tracy that they're validating.
Okay.
Look in the mirror.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're still trying to do now.
Yeah. Also, I feel like part of me not getting validated then added to me just constantly trying to date boys. I've learned to accept people for who they are, not their bodies. So,
which is a beautiful thing.
yeah. So, I think I'm only getting validated.
We're queer.
We're here.
And we're here. That's not what I was about to say. We're queer and we're here. But I wanted to ask a question. I forgot the question. We are all queer. And some of us might even share labels in that queerness.
Yeah.
That's meaning we're part of a community. But do you feel that community?
No.
And why? Because we're speaking about inner child. And my inner child would have loved to have queer friends.
Are you going to ask the question again?
No. Your house feel like a home.
Exactly. Is that house a home?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how Luther went drugs.
Some parts of it are. I feel like queerness aside, you as a person and you as an adult, you know what you need from people, you know what you can do. And so you form that community for yourself. So not to say the whole queer community was one big happy family.
Oh, exactly.
That is
This is not my dear show.
Oh no. Just like how in every family you know nothing's perfect.
Yeah. There's these people you know.
Hey, yo.
I like that.
So I think
The bedroom is
chosen,
fine.
yeah.
What?
The bedroom is
But the
fine.
kitchen is a I just feel like in the people that you choose to let into your community, your little space and family, you need to be intentional also. And making sure that you have people that make you feel safe. Because the thing is, you won't always be safe in every space. So have those spaces where, I can go, I can be vulnerable, I can be.
I feel like it's the same for me too. But if I feel unsafe,
Yes, I'm
That's me.
Yeah, you stay.
I do not stay where I'm not welcome. But I found that in my queer friendships, I beg to that more.
Because you
I
forget
get
that.
that.
Sometimes.
No.
You just feel like, where else am I going to find this?
yeah, that's where you most relate.
And so it's tricky.
Mad.
Their queer doesn't make them mistakes.
Also, people are energy. There's that too, right? So,
come through.
listen. Have any of you lied and told somebody you love them, knowing very well you don't?
Come on, everybody does that. Like, stop. No, listen. No, no.
Mr. Jackson!
No, listen. That's fine, definitely. Obviously, now I'm a different person. I cannot have you ever. I have, but I don't do it anymore.
And why did you?
You know, when we had the conversation earlier, and then someone says they love you, and I'm like, don't feel obliged to say it. It was one of those.
And was it a queer relationship?
Oh no.
Because that was the contextualization.
Oh, yeah.
Contextualization.
Oh, if it was that, no, definitely. If I said it, I meant it.
I mean, I'm still young, I'm wild and free and all. But I can very much say now, If I don't love you, I'm not gonna say that, right? But back in the day,
Go understand that.
I used to, because I knew that if a person says I love you, say I love you too.
Yeah.
You know? So that was it for me. It was like, oh, they said they love me, so I love you too. You know? Now I'm more conscious about it. You know?
And the depth in it.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, what do you do for me? And that doesn't need to be material, you know, but what do you do for me, for my spirit, to make me feel and know that I love you? And what I've learned now is that I feel it when I love a person. If I don't love you, I don't feel
Before
it.
words.
Yes, because I'm not gonna say to Buhle, hey, I love you just because. No,
You love me.
I have so. Who said you love me? Even with my friends, we say it quite often because it feels like a space, like we feel love. So if I don't feel love, I'm not gonna say it to you.
Yeah.
Are you mad?
And I have never said I love somebody. I have never, to both questions, said to somebody, I love you. Or said to somebody,
This is in relationships, right?
Yeah.
Not
yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know I was going to that point, but yeah.
So basically, you don't lie about your love. So that is what you say.
Show my face how I love people
Don't navigate your love
Because of your
connections.
with the trauma.
Yes.
Which is a fair point,
But I have this advice. I've come to this realization, and I've been advising my friends this. If they feel that they are talking to someone, or you know, they are seeing someone, and they feel that they love them, tell them, get into it. If it ends over people, you're gonna feel. Keep it moving. There's gonna be more. Don't. If you're gonna baby that thing out, because I know you're fighting yourself. You know that you love this person, but watch out. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Because at the end of the day, love is a choice. Being in love is not, you can't control that thing, you cannot, right? And loving a person is a choice you make every single day. A person who has through shit, you choose to love them every single day if you do choose to do so. And even if you choose not to be around them, deep down there's that thing of damn, but I love them, you know? So,
Because she's stubborn.
yes, you can be scared to give it because it is a very, you know, sentimental thing. It is a very, it's like it's valuable. Loving is a valuable thing, right?
Sorry, Khadija. Ironically, remove for me.
Okay.
I've never lied about my love. Romantically. I've only ever been in lengthy relationships. So I don't have that. That's all I have to say.
But like you are dividing the relationship to two people.
And And when we bring it to you, the complete tangent for a significant part of your life, it begs me to ask the question that I think we have to ask ourselves all the time. If love is the choice every day, when did you start loving yourself?
Can I go home now?
Now, like a month or two ago.
Yeah. And I've
In my 21 years of
You
life.
have reached that point.
I think 2019. You know, when I quit the
Tapping
drugs.
boy lifestyle.
No, the drugs. when I quit the substances, that's when I knew right to give me. I had to just kind of like
Wake up! Wake up!
maybe the last 7 months have been a new experience with the thing that I was doing then. I was shrinking parts of myself, so now I'm learning how to just
And I ask that question because it's so important, right? The people who listen then learn that self-love is a journey.
It is.
It's not a I'm queer and now I'm happy.
It's not a linear trajectory. It's not.
It's not.
Let's offer it to you.
It's like this.
Let's offer it to you. What's the area?
And I think in relation to obviously the conversation we're having now, I never came out, but I was out when I was 18. And that wasn't the automatic, like you're saying, that wasn't the automatic, oh, now I love myself. You know, I had to do the healing work from that situation. Because unfortunately, coming into yourself is not just that. It's also a trauma that you have to go through in that moment. And then something you have to, you know, heal from. So yeah.
I think for me it was when started loving myself, but I made the conscious decision to work towards that, you know. Sorry. I can say lockdown was when I genuinely did start. And I can say, and everything just. But for me, it was because, okay, I mean, I'm gonna mention suicide, sorry. But grade 10, in grade 10, I tried to kill myself. And, hey man, for that part of my life is something that's like very big for me, because I was like, what made you get there? I asked myself that question all the time, like, what got you to that point, you know? And lockdown, I want to say, because a lot of my mental health deteriorating stems from my family. Because I was forced to spend time with them, closed in a house with them, I was like, listen, I looked in the mirror one day and I say, work on yourself. And from there, I started working towards, you know, who's Khadija? What do they like? You know, who are you? And because I was in that space, I spent, in as much as I was with them all the time, I spent a lot of time in my room. Because like, otherwise, the things they're gonna say, certain things they're gonna do. Yeah, you know? And this year was when I was like, yeah, no, bitch, you love yourself. I was like, yep, because I was like, it was easier for me to cut off people. It was easier for me to know my worth in my friendships, my relationships.
Set your boundaries.
Yes, because I struggled with that, because I always wanted to people please.
Same. I feel like that's why I get it this year when I'm seeing for you.
Because now I can say, I don't like you, I don't want to be around you, it's over with.
Yeah.
And I don't hate you. With that, I don't hate you, but you're just not good for me, and let's keep it pushing. You know?
And that's so beautiful, and thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
And the beautiful thing about such conversations, right, is that in us sharing our stories, we help other people. And I think the best way to end this video is to answer one of the toughest questions I think we've received at queer times.
Okay.
Alright, Buhle, do you want to ask the question?
Ways to heal queer heartbreak, because those connections are spiritual. Chile.
And my contextualization is heartbreak isn't just romantic. Right? Your heart can be And so, this is what I want to be our parting gift for season 2. Healing is a journey that we're all doing, and we're doing it at our own pace. What do we share with people who ask us, where do you start healing? For any type of heartbreak.
I'm kidding. Feel. Back it up. Feel. My thing is feel. And I'm saying this because that's what I didn't do. I didn't allow myself to feel, and I just went, man.
Same.
And I was like, I'm a thug, this ain't gonna hurt me. Jumping in and out of talking stages. That's what I did.
That was your way of dealing with it.
And
did you deal with it?
But for me, it was wrong. I can see that it didn't work, because after that, I was drained. My spirit was drained because I was letting different people in and out of my space, right? And then one day, something happened and I just started crying, and I knew it was over my ex.
Yeah.
I was crying over her, I was hurt, I felt everything. I was like, that was my best friend, we spent every single day together, we did everything together. Like, that was when I was like, Amanda, it's fine, don't do that thing of jumping in and out of relationships. So I feel like, if you are going through a breakup right now,
Of any kind.
it doesn't matter, friendship, relationship, queer. But yeah, queer breakup most likely. Like, take your time to cry about that person. Take your time to feel everything that you've lost, because it's a loss.
It's grief. Someone said that to me.
It really is, because
I didn't heal yet. I won't even lie. That's why separate. It did a number.
exactly, because it becomes
It did a number on me. No, I'll say this thing. Actually, after that last relation, I mean the first.
The one that broke.
Yeah, the first relationship with that girl there. I hadn't actually been in a relationship with girls after. It's just been feelings. Feelings.
Because of that heartbreak.
Yeah. Understand, I'm a rebound to somebody else's heartbreak.
and you let it happen.
I'm like, no, I get it. So I'm even like, I didn't do, so I'm gonna answer that question. I get it.
I don't know if I have it though, and
But you
Because
started
I
that.
just remember one day, like, yo,
I'm in a relationship.
You started that journey. And you bring the courage from where you hold to every journey you start. Anybody and yourself. Right?
But
And
don't put it that way. Why are you scaring me?
I ain't scared.
when I agree to be in a relationship with you, I come with my trauma, you come with yours.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
this just happens to be how yours is shaped. agree, the way to honestly navigate healing from
Take it
queer breakup
Feel.
is be honestly in that feeling.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can feel and be like, you were wrong. No.
Yeah.
Don't deny. You like
Even if they
You have
were.
something to say.
I have nothing to say.
Because Queer Talks is a family and Queer Talks is a safe space. Right? I want us to make that commitment. Not just to ourselves, but to everybody else also. Do you promise to start that journey?
Why are you doing this one?
Starting doesn't mean you start today. It just means I make a conscious effort to realize that I'm hurt. And I will start that journey too. Whenever you start. But you made that commitment.
And keep it in the back of your mind.
Why make you make that? Why do you fear making the commitment to you?
You're putting me on the spot, like.
Queer Talks.
Find out in the next season.
I opened up to her, you know? So it hurts, it really
To
does.
our audience. And you, plus our other 8 guests, I want to thank them.
Okay.
Because it's not easy,
Yeah,
right? But it's necessary.
it is.
And so, from my heart, and I believe from Buhle's heart as well, I want to say thank you for helping us end such a good business. We've gone deeper. When Buhle and I started, we said, Bua, and go deeper. And you guys took us even deeper. That means you took us to hell because you're But I love y'all. Do you love them?
Sometimes.
And that's just how I love the structure. Until we see you in season 3. Comment what you would like to see. And remember, be a bad bitch always. Bye!